Going red. Are we red? I'm not seeing
I'm
we're
ready.
red.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Raw? Okay,
We're
excellent.
ready.
Thank you. All right, we are live. Thank you all so much for joining us on the Cthulhu in Cairo review, and especially welcome Kyla Grigoletti, also known as Ella Walcott from
Kayla,
the show.
Kayla, hi.
Kayla. It is Kayla.
Yeah, it's okay. Everybody does it.
Okay. With the I, it makes me want to say Kyla. Yeah.
I know, it's that Japanese anime thing.
And
AI use
and
the I.
and the cartoon, I think it's Kailu. I think that's it. That's got me going on it. But yeah, that's yeah, we're excited to have you. Thank you so much for joining us. Absolutely.
Well, thanks for having me. And how is everyone tonight? How you feeling?
We're doing well. Doing well. Other than recovering from vaccine shots. Yeah, doing well.
I heard about that.
Yeah, not fun, but yeah, we're getting through it best we can. I feel much better today than I did yesterday. Yesterday I was just
Oh, that's good. That's
yeah,
great.
Yeah. Definitely got over the hump. Anyway, so yeah, 3 really great episodes where not a whole lot happened physically, but a lot of story being done here. Really, really good stuff. We end up wrapping up our adventures in Nepal in our first part of the review.
Mhm.
They go all this way, go through all this backtrack all this way to see Schooley, see that horrific cave painting that he had made
That
in
is
the
so cool.
it was I told Raz, I was like, look, you got to send us the picture. I got to see the picture. So he sent us the picture in our group chat, and I was like, yeah, that looks about right. Yeah.
Can we post that to the Facebook group?
It is in our Cairo group. Yeah, it's in there. Or I thought he put it in there. If it's not, I'll put it in there. But yeah, it was perfect. I was like, oh yeah, that'll do it. But yeah, it was super creepy, and definitely showed someone whose mind become unhinged after seeing a great old one like Ithaqua or whatever it was that he saw in the lake.
Definitely
And,
a Thaqua. He made friends with it. I think he was going to make him cookies.
Yeah.
And then he just sent it off into the world. And
yeah, I mean, and that's the thing is, like, they come outside the cave getting ready to see him. They see him coming around the bend, and he just whoop, he comes back the other way, and I'm like, what? Well, what? They've traveled like 3 continents to come see you, brah. Come get you back, and you're like, nope. And you gotta wonder, the mindset of who was the one that was playing Schooley?
Scott.
Yeah, you got to wonder Scott's mindset, because I'm wondering, like, leading up to it, he's like, talking to Raz, going, so should we prepare anything? And Raz like, no, I got this. It's fine. It's because that's what he's gonna do.
Well, no one other than the GM wants to play multiple characters if they can help it. So
exactly. But I mean, you gotta think it maybe that was a good idea on his part, because maybe he knew he was so far gone that he's like, yeah, I can't deal with you all, and you all shouldn't deal with me. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. He's just going to be that Wildman of the Wastes kind of deal.
It was good.
It was good. It was very unexpected, because I was expecting, like, a big reunion and blah, 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 and everything be happy and hunky-dory, and, maybe some tears shed, blah, 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 whoop.
That did not happen. No.
My favorite part
What was y'all's reaction? Because y'all were dead quiet, because he did it, of course, as a cliffhanger right at the end.
We had the meeting with the monk first, and who explained what John was doing in the monastery and why he was sequestered in this room.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't expecting it. I don't even think Scott was expecting it. Because Raz keeps that kind of thing close to the chest, and because we were already so attached to Vadam after the whole Russia saga and everything that happened.
Yeah.
He had Scott did a 180 on his play style, because John was one way, Vadam is the more quiet, I'm going to be a background character, but also be supportive of everyone's craziness. Then it's a reminder of all the crap he did in Nepal, and it's like,
Mm-hmm.
What? And when we all saw the photo, we spent like 20 minutes or more, I want to say, just looking at each image of the painting, like thinking, what does this mean? And how did he do this? And it was all Photoshop or something, but gosh,
Yeah,
it was
like deciphering it. Yeah.
It was jaw-dropping drama of, oh, he doesn't have to voice two people tonight. We're just seeing his madness unfold while he's going off on pilgrimage somewhere in the Himalayas.
Exactly. That's what I kind of figured, because there wasn't a peep. I didn't know if he just muted you or it was just draw drop silence when he did that. That was brutal, man. I mean,
I was sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead. Absolutely.
I was endlessly entertained by Raz going all philosophical. That was a heavy philosophical discussion.
Yeah, he was definitely going existential out there. I was like, yeah, good for you, man. Yeah.
These are the reasons I will not become Buddhist.
I actually really identified with it. There was a point that he said that he accepts the things that he has done, but equally doesn't accept the things that he has done, which I found very resounding. This is what I'm looking for. I feel like that's common in a lot of people. So it was just an interesting, I heard him say that and I was like, damn, that was deep.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it.
I will not.
It was pretty intense, but yeah. I was, kind of like if you wanted to put it into like a redneck philosophy, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Kind of what we say.
I was gonna say, or Jeff finally stopped saying this. For the longest time, his favorite phrase was, "Well, it is what it is."
Yeah. Yeah. Here's your sign. Yeah, that one too.
No, it's not.
Did you know there's a second part of that phrase? Did you know there's a second part of that phrase? It is what it is, but it shouldn't be what it has been, or something like that.
Oh, wow.
There's a second part.
I have ammunition now.
I like that.
No problem. Yeah, a lot of people say the first half, and then the second half just kind of peters off. But
it's kind of like curiosity killed the cat.
Of course.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
I know that.
Very cool.
Yeah, but it was wild. That was a wild, show. I was not expecting that at all. At all. I was completely floored.
I am glad John made a brief appearance on the far distant.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Truly.
Yeah.
Truly, very, very brief appearance. Whoop.
I mean, I won't spoil it, but John Schooley's still alive. He could come back.
He is alive. He's out there.
Upright and breathing.
He is out there. I mean, that's for sure. So that is for sure. So yeah, he quickly gets you off that mountain and onto a plane in the second episode. He's like, no back talk. This is what's happening.
How did you feel confronting the crate that had the body of your other character in it?
Oh,
yeah.
Or did you just, you were so caught up in playing, you just, nah.
Gustav made it oddly more real for me. Like having him there and managing the body and saying oh, this was Aveline's last wishes. That made it more succinct in my brain. But honestly, I had it's hard to describe my feelings at that moment because I'm already so deeply ingrained in this other character and I've done a lot of crazy stuff as Ella, and obviously she's such a different play style that I detached myself from Aveline. So when it came up that her body came back, I really tried to I think I did forgive me, it's been so long since I've recorded those episodes, but I think Ella did something with the prayer flags up on the mountain. Yeah. Honoring Aveline because, spoiler alert, not really spoiler, this is more headcanon. Ella has a piece of Aveline in her subconscious that she will always defend the group and always is kind of going off on her own. Where Ella, the original Ella, would have been more oh, let me listen, let me focus on what the group wants. So Aveline's rebellious spirit is in her because of how closely she converged with her after death.
Yeah.
And so she wanted to honor her spirit and like make it apparent that there's a connection between the two of them. And that's basically what I did for that episode. But there's something coming on the screen right now, or am I going
I
crazy?
think I'm putting up the K paging. I'm just a little behind. Sorry. I don't know if it's showing, but yeah.
All right, well that was basically what Ella was doing, and that's how I confronted the whole meeting my character in the dead flesh situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd forgotten about that. Yeah, she does very much have Abilene with her.
Yeah. I mean, that was wild. I mean, it was a fun little part. I mean, travel in that time was always, glamorous and, kind of like a big to do. Not everybody got to travel, especially by airplane. That was expensive as hell. Still is, but
not nearly as glamorous though.
Yeah, not nearly as glamorous, but yeah, everybody dressed up and blah 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 blah, was in their Sunday best, even up to the 60s, but yeah, in that time, like everybody, it was a big thing. And then when they get introduced to the other, I won't say jet setting, jets aren't invented yet, but globe hopping couple on the plane.
Ingrid, Ingrid and somewhere. Atlanta.
The other, we whatever the other guy. I mean, he I don't think he ever says two
Ingrid's
words.
the more important part of the relationship, anyway.
Yeah. I mean, she's the only one that really talks, to any extent. And yeah, I think she's like a voracious flirt. So yeah. Yeah, and that's all good.
Catherine or
so
Faye?
Cringy. Oh my god, they were so cringy. I was like, ugh.
Was it Catherine or Faye they were going after? Because I can't remember. Or was it Jack? Oh, it was Jack?
It was going pretty hard after Jack. Yeah, it was going. She was going hard up the paint. She really was.
Now, listeners, viewers, that's Keeper is my father. Jack is my godfather. I have heard this kind of language since I was a baby.
Yeah. Yeah. So there you go.
A little awkward still, and I'm 23, but it was just hilarious to listen to.
Absolutely. But no, I mean, it was a lot of fun to have them on there and get introduced to them, apparently an
Oh, we lost Matt.
We did.
We have to talk without him.
Would you? I wanted to ask you a question, Ella, because there's a point in the first episode 94 where Ella wants to touch the cave walls, and Catherine's like, "Oh fuck no, yeah, that's not gonna happen." I was interested in the motivation for because I remember a period of time where she's talking about how much she hates that they kind of take advantage of her ability to do that, and they treat her like she's a sideshow character in a circus, kind of thing. So I was interested in that. What would make her decide to do that when she usually uses that power very, very selectively?
Good question. And I'd say it's because it was John's cave painting. John and her, if you don't remember or slip your mind, they were on a previous adventure together and they were close. Yep. So it's like staring into her old comrade's madness and wanting to understand where it came from, because she did not look at Athakwa. She did look at it and survived the sanity check, but she also was the one was like, I got to look away from this. This is unsafe. John was the one that communed with it. And it's like, okay, how do I make sense of all this? Because there's obviously important clues. He knows something I don't because I was too afraid to look. And John, very personal relationship. He witnessed her mother's murder by Ella's hand. Ella killed her own mother. For good reason, but still bad.
Like you do.
She was a cannibal god. She had no choice. Her mother was a cannibal god. But, that's basically what it was. And yes, at that point in the story, it was feeling more and more like when it's useful or when they want it, let's use Ella's gift. But anything else, no, let's put a short leash on her and keep her back. This was something she wanted to do for herself because that's her friend.
Yeah. Yeah, because Catherine's real quick to put a leash on that gift. She really is. She's like, nah, I don't really want to know. I really don't.
Ignorance is bliss is Catherine's favorite turn of phrase.
What?
Ignorance is bliss is
Mhm.
Catherine's favorite turn of phrase. Like, why
Yeah.
would I want to know more about the creepy woohoo shit?
Yeah.
But Ella is like, knowledge is power, and
Yeah.
we're dealing with creepy woohoo shit every
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah. Well, it's like we've said in here and almost all, all along the review, is Catherine's kind of the everyman in the scenario.
Mhm.
She's just here. She has no outstanding abilities other than her remarkable gift with medicine, but she has no abilities, no knowledge of that stuff other than what she's gleaned just hanging out with you all. So it's very easy for her to go, no, la 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 la.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. Can't see me. But,
If I don't know about it, it can't touch me.
Exactly. Can't touch me. Exactly.
I'm
Jump
with
up in
Ella.
the bed.
I've been wanting to go, ooh, I wonder what. My hands would have been all over it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Catherine jumps into bed before the demon under the bed grabs her. That's her. But yeah, so fun plane ride. And of course Catherine sauced as usual. It's almost like the 18 where they got to knock out BA to get them on a plane.
Lauren plays drunk very well, by the way.
Yeah, she does. I mean, it might be from experience. I'm just saying, but she does it very, very well. She does it pretty smoothly. Can you vouch for that, Amanda? Well, no, she wasn't there when you guys were at the picnic, so yeah, you wouldn't know. I don't know. No, she wasn't at the picnic.
Well, as her sister, I cannot vouch if she's ever been that sauced. But I can say she was a theater kid, and improvising and just knowing how to play up emotion and scenarios is kind of in her blood. And she knows this already. She's a bit of a drama queen. So
drunk is apparently kind of hard to do and do convincingly.
Yeah, she does it very well. Yeah, she does it very well. She, why do you put things in your mouth? That was wild. I was like, what?
It's like somebody flips a switch. And Lauren, and she's like, I can say whatever comes to Catherine's mind.
I can taste the color 9.
Oh gosh, remembering all this is like a weird trip. Gosh.
Exactly. But no, they get through the plane ride uneventfully. Get back to New Delhi. Is that right? They're getting to New Delhi, and with the box. Everybody's playing an interesting game of what's in the box until they finally figure it out. But they get to New Delhi and they get invited by the swanky couple to the swanky hotel, and then get to meet the magistrate. Wow. Yeah, she was awesome. Well, it wasn't Ingrid. What was her name? She's an actual historical figure.
Margaret.
Yeah, Margaret, actual historical figure. And I mean, the scenario is like the people, the investigators think she's a Cthulhu spy. And I'm like, man, I'm really hoping not, because she was really a cool cat all on her own. Let's not besmirch what she did.
The biggest bone I have a bone to pick from the second episode we listened to, because the one girl isn't a girl anymore. She's 15.
Oh,
he had her
kids?
acting like.
The kids.
I know what happened because I've done this as a GM. You forget that little. Oh wait, she's 15. She's almost old enough to be married. Maybe is at the time period in Nepal. I don't know. And have a household and maybe a kid of her own.
At that time,
I know they do address in the series, like throughout the series, that the girl is old enough to be like if her parents were alive, she likely would be getting married and moving on to her own family and stuff at that age.
And they said at one point she could have a job.
Are we talking about Anya and Lekshiba?
The two kids. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think this is, I could be wrong. I'm second guessing you, Raz, but I think this is an example though where, you know, the GM gets caught up in what's going on too.
Oh
And
yeah.
you totally forget.
Yeah.
Until if you
She
think
is
to look back
15.
later, you're like, why did I do that?
I mean, I would have done the same thing though. I mean, otherwise, what's she gonna do? Just sit around and go,
Well, that was hilarious. I mean,
all day. You know, make you just want to. Not that we support physical violence, but you know, damn.
and I wrote a copy of the article, the almanac article I wrote about absinthe. Just that's all I'm going to say about the absinthe.
Yeah. But yeah, the hotel itself is very nice. You know, like I said, very, very new hotel. One of the best hotels in Europe, they believe at the time. Definitely, probably in Asia, lower part of Asia, South Asia. But amazing. You know, amazing hotel. They get introduced to the magistrate, Margaret the magistrate. That sounds like almost like Bob the Builder kind of thing. But
real.
yeah, exactly.
Maybe they should make that like a Barbie doll, like
Exactly.
Barbie doll adjacent.
Margaret the magistrate, exactly. You can also be a magistrate, kids. You know, but you know, I forget which was it. You? I think it was you that asked what a magistrate was, or
Catherine.
was it Catherine?
It was Catherine. Yeah.
Somebody asked what a magistrate was. And I'm like, yeah, they're kind of a lawyer, but they're more of like a public lawyer. You know, they're an official.
Well,
you know,
Catherine's American too, so unless she had interaction with Yeah.
I mean, there's magistrates in the U.S., but I mean, it's just like I said, it's a minor county official. But I mean, they can marry people and kind of settle land disputes, and that's about it. You know,
handle disillusionment when both parties are in agreement, at least in Ohio.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So yeah, kind of a lawyer. Yeah. So yeah, yeah. So fairly accurate description. And yeah, I mean, I would be sus of some of the things that she brought up in the introduction as well. You know, she knew of Catherine, knew Catherine's father, knew was it Faye? Yeah, knew Faye. Yeah, knew and was dropping things about the Theosophical Society.
I like that. I enjoy the interaction between Ella and her and Catherine being like, you know, come this way. No, you know, she's trying to, you know, steer Ella away from interacting in that conversation. I enjoyed that exchange.
Or as we say, take a turn about the room.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
We're going to go back to what is that? What is that movie? I'm thinking the book. Goodness gracious. Anyway, but yeah, take a turn about the room, which means we're gonna go talk. Yeah, we're going to girl talk.
I will say at this point, Raz has traumatized every single player to believe that no NPC can be trusted. And I say that with love because he comes up with these crazy twists and scenarios where it's like, oh, this person can't be a spy. This person can't do this. And then, oh, wait, no, they're bad news. And now we have to fix our mistakes because we trusted them.
Yeah. And then he gets annoyed when you don't trust the characters.
Have you seen his ad for like save NPCs from horrible players? Like, ask him about it, listeners and viewers, because he literally made an ad saying, don't you just hate it when your players kill off every single NPC you create? For $1 a month, you can save the life of an NPC. And we all laugh, but I'm like, Raz, you're killing us with all these twists. We don't know who's okay. We can't believe for a second. And for Margaret, yes, the Philosophical Society, and just the fact that we had enough and we were already carrying the body of Aveline and going through this horrible thing with John. It was like, nope, get away from me. I don't want to talk to you. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, I'm over there like, hi, look at me. I would like to speak with you.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's Ella. She's like, let me learn. Let me see things.
Well, she's like, I've studied the occult too. And Catherine's like, you read tarot cards. Like, it's so
I
great.
do not just read tarot. That is for posers only. If posers only read tarot, dears.
But you can also turn that against them to teach them a wonderful life lesson too, because I've had that happen in one of my games. The one I ran Raz and them through a while back, where there's like a wizard, the spirit of an undead wizard in this house that they basically got to get rid of. And they find out that there's a teacher that lives in basically like the backyard, like in an old log cabin. And they find pieces of, I don't think they did, but like another group, if they checked out the log cabin, like under the floors, they find like a copper bowl and a dagger, and stuff like that. And they're like, oh, she's a witch, blah, 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 blah. And they kill her. They straight up killed her. And she had no idea about any of this. She's just a school teacher in 1920s, like, New England. They straight killed her. And then when they found out what was really going on, they were like, oh. Yeah, I was like, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
They Salem witch trialed her like immediately.
They did. They lynched her ass quick. Dude. Couldn't have done better if they had torches and pitchforks. But yeah, there were some great name drops, like Raz just running in here. Yeah, they set up bail money for Mahatma Gandhi. So
it was a good history lesson.
It was a good history lesson. Oh, I also love Jack, totally getting disinterested, just ditching the conversation.
Big shock there. I can't hear about this.
She just went up like 10 douche points in Amanda's douche calendar.
How many points do you think we're up to?
That's really high.
It's really high. We're in triple digits.
He redeems himself, and I'm like, does he?
Does he really?
Just a smidge.
Nepalese girls. I mean, that's pretty cool.
He did adopt the girls. I did like that, and I enjoyed the exchange with Gustav, and then where he was like, I basically put the kids to work. And everybody was like, did they get paid at least? Because they did make it sound like it was going to be like slave labor kind of thing.
Work.
But
well, I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah, it was fun today. They had something to do. It's not like they can pop out their NES or whatever it is, or Switch. But go screen blind for a while. But now, Jack went full British colonialist on us, and just like, oh.
We're just going to walk away. I'm going to walk away from this.
He wants to rebel. We won't have any of that. I mean, one, he's South African, so he's okay with apartheid right off the top. He's got to be okay with it. He still considers himself a citizen of South Africa. You're like,
I don't know if it's South Africa he's a part of. The only thing I know about Jack and his backstory is Kubawazi, and I thought that was sub-Saharan.
Oh, was it? I thought it was South Africa. I thought, okay, maybe I'm wrong, but yeah.
Anybody knows in the chat if it actually is South Africa, please correct me.
Yeah, I know it's definitely Africa. Yeah, it's definitely Africa.
No, yeah, he was raised in Africa, grew up hunting there, and that's why he calls himself the Great White Hunter.
Kenya is a real place.
Yeah, I was going to say, I knew it was Kenya. It looks like a quick Google search says it's East Africa.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right, we'll give him a pass on the non-apartheid thing stance.
And to an extent, he probably would be okay with apartheid.
I mean, the Brits are doing it. They
just call it colonialism.
Exactly, colonialism. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, Eddie Izzard has the best skit about British colonialism, which I won't get into here, but Google it up. It's amazing.
I love it. I love
British
him.
colonialism. Yeah, yeah. I mean, so yeah. I mean, my warning bells will go off too. I mean, she's definitely familiar with a lot of their backgrounds. And name drops the Occult Society really quick.
I think
the Theosophical Society. I'd be sus. I mean, me, I'm sus of anyone. But I have a suspicion. I don't know, suspicion, maybe sort of. I don't know. Anyone that wears a V-neck, I'm sus. Especially if it's a dude. If it's a dude wearing a V-neck, I'm like, Women, you're okay. It's fine. You know, it's
Okay, because this shirt is a little low.
Yeah, but men, I'm like,
Especially if they had a gold chain.
Yeah. Oh, I had to go chain it. Yeah, I'm definitely out. I'm out. I've just zoned out on our conversation. I don't know. Are we still having a conversation? Exactly. But no. You know, I mean, she definitely rings a lot of bells. You know, warning bells. So I get it. And you know, she makes the dinner into a fundraiser, and they're like, oh yeah, that's what rich people do. They make dinners into, you know, causes. We're gonna go bail out Mahatma Gandhi. That rabble rouser.
I would like to add to the conversation that Raz tried so hard to get us to follow that side quest that it made him irate that the 3 women decided to go to New York instead. Like, spoiler alert a little bit, but if you've listened ahead, you'll know.
Yeah.
But like, it's like,
are you talking about?
You guys could do a great thing and earn some sanity back. Why aren't you doing it?
Oh, they were. He was wanting y'all to spring Gandhi.
Yeah. We were
episode
do that thing because Vaughn and Jack had things to do, and we had to split the party up for a hot minute, and we knew it was coming. So he sets up this Mahatma Gandhi thing, offers it on a platter, saying you can get sanity points, luck, and anything you want back because it's a good deed. And we're like, nah.
I mean, you know, you handed over cash. That should be good enough. You know, I mean, why do you got to endanger yourselves by Butch and Sundance and Mahatma Gandhi?
That has family business in New York that she doesn't know exactly what is.
Her father died
Gandhi's a troublemaker.
like dozens of episodes ago, and we still haven't done a funeral. We had to do this. We had to do the other thing that we were thinking of, but still, it was funny hearing him set it up, and then afterwards, like walking out of my bedroom and him out of his office, and just be like, "You guys could have done this great thing." And I'm like, girls want to do what girls want to do.
Fucking
Claire
kids.
will toss your best friends in the trash can on a regular basis.
Oh yeah.
All players do.
Yeah.
It's instinctive. They don't even have to know they're doing it. They'll do it.
Well, there goes a third of page of my notes. Yeah, third of my notes. Just throw it away. Exactly. But yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's completely legit. I can't believe he's one of you guys is Butch and Sundance him though. That's awesome. I mean, you've got enough munitions to do it.
Yeah, I did not know the full extent of the plan, the idea, but I'm sure he thought of it because another insider tip, he watches a lot of documentaries related to the topics that's coming up in the next episode. So when I saw him watching Gandhi, I was like, he wants to do something. Yeah. I don't know what, but he wants to do something with this man.
I hear you. I'm right there with him. I do the same thing. It's called Turner Classic Movies. There's anything where the guys are wearing the pants up above their hips, I'm watching it. I'm totally watching it. I'm watching the show. The old black and white movie. The guys got and the pants just go straight down. No shape at all. Go. There's hips and then shoes. That's all you see. But anyway, enough of my rant on 1930s fashion. But yeah, I mean, it's a great way to just get, immerse yourself into that time and doing what the kids do, of that time, as we say. But yeah, I can totally see him doing that. Yeah, let's bring Gandhi. That's awesome. Yeah. Anybody else have anything to add about the shows?
Let's see. I had something. So I'm curious because at the end of the episode, I guess it would be 96. That's where we're expecting them to go, is the girls to go off to free spring Gandhi and the guys to go off together. So do we? Because at the end, it kind of alludes to they're going to have a conversation with Banks about whether he was pressured by other investors to fire Faye, and that's like we were going to get some more information. So now I'm curious if we're going to get that information because he didn't play into Raz's hands, so he's going to withhold that information from us.
I'm looking forward to seeing how he handles the party splitting 3 ways.
He can do it. He's done it before.
He can.
I mean,
but I'm looking forward to seeing not only how he's done it, but how they handle it. How you guys handled it in broadcast.
do the same way you did last time. Put one of them in the graveyard. We're done. Good.
Faye, you sweet princess. I'm so sorry about the graveyard.
He also did say that there's 2 missing Gustavs and that they're not relevant at all to the story. And I'm just like, oh, okay.
The Legion of Gustavs.
Yeah, like we're gonna believe that.
I mean, Gustav's kind of disbanded when they heard the reflection. Aveline herself kicked the bucket. So
I know, right? They're like, well, what are we even doing anymore? The leader's gone.
I like the Gustav that's with him though. He seems pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's like
he's a sweetheart.
Well, it's like, the Shadow had his group of people that he could contact through his ring, But if the Shadow's gone, everybody's like, well, guess I'm driving a cab now. Right?
That was exactly the concept we thought of, and pre-game, before anything ever started, Raz had me write down a list of countries that I had Gustavs in, and that's why you only see them in Germany, because Italy, I had nothing. I had them in like Sweden, Russia, Germany. I had a whole list for it. But then, obviously, Aveline met her tragic end, and they were not really useful, but he decided to bring them back, and I was super grateful for it because it's so great to see them. And I believe Amanda and Melinda, you had some questions about, like, Amanda, you said you wanted to know if they give the information about the investors for Faye.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly can't remember. I think it was just a random fact that's like, oh, they say this, and then other stuff happens with the museum and the barge kind of in the background that if you're not paying attention, you miss it. Because I don't remember it until, like, and we just recorded some, like, later episodes this past Thursday. So it's like, oh, yeah, that happened. And Melinda...
That's reaching way back. It's reaching back to episode 1,
Oh, yeah. It was insane. And then Melinda, for the party split, it was a lot of extra hours of, like, recording time, like Sunday meets, extra Thursdays, or random days of the week, because he wanted us all to not metagame or, like, be in on or be totally silent for other people's sessions. So he did Jack stuff, he did Vodom stuff, and then he would do the girls another day. So he did it very well, and on mic it comes off like incredibly organic and just like, oh, this is how it is. And this is how it would sound because you can't talk. Vodom and Jack shouldn't be able to tell the girls what to do. It's like, don't walk into that room. Vodom, don't approach that stranger. You can't do that.
Kind of like when he made the decision not to play the 2 episodes where they were saving Jack's life up in the mountains, and he comes back and he's got funky eyes.
Yeah.
Like I said, episode he's first back was hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like, really?
Yeah, we all make these decisions like early on, and also for RL reasons that sometimes we can't make recordings, so we readjust.
It's life, yeah.
We do what we can, and honestly, like, when you guys hit the New York episodes, hope you enjoy it. The Vodom stuff is nuts.
I cannot wait to see Vodom in New York. Talk about a fish out of water. Oh my God.
You'll know where he goes, and you'll know what he does. And
I was gonna say, there's food everywhere. What is this?
Conspicuous consumption.
Who are all these scantily clad women?
Exactly.
Money.
Exactly. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for joining us, and as we do the review, especially Kayla. Thank you for joining us in the review. I'm very, very glad to have you. Hope to have you back soon. But otherwise, thank you all. We'll talk to you in another couple weeks.
Thanks for having me, guys. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.